My confusing and often complicated Steelers play the Baltimore Ravens this week, and nobody knows what to expect from either one of these teams. Nobody knows if either of these teams are really bad or really good or whatever. I think both fan bases are mad at their coaching staff, their whole team, their players, and everything. So this is an interesting time for the Steelers-Ravens game because usually when our teams meet, it is like a clash of the Titans and a clash of like the best, or the clash of like the upper class in the AFC North. This time when we're meeting, we're both 6-6. Nobody really knows what either team is doing right now. And that is what makes this very complicated, interesting, frustrating, whatever you call it. This is the first time that I can remember that Steelers fans are picking the Ravens to win the game. Ravens fans are picking the Steelers to win the game. And that just tells me that both of these fan bases don't know what or who their teams are. And that makes this super fun because you don't know what you're going to get. And so if you like football and if you like not knowing what's going on, this is a perfect game for you. For me, as a Steelers fan, this is Coach Tomlin's opportunity to bring this team back in and make it make sense. This is our opportunity to look better, to be better, to re-lock in, to re-engage. This is the moment. In a lot of ways, everything that has happened leading up to this game doesn't even matter because at this point, we have to finish off the season strong if we want to make it to the playoffs and if we want that playoff win. And even me saying that, a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh my God, there's no way. That's fine with me. But hey, this is Steelers Ravens. This is what it is. And it's a rival game. And it is Lamar Jackson. It is Derrick Henry. It is TJ Watt. It is Aaron Rodgers. It's Tomlin, Harbaugh. It's all of those things. It doesn't matter how the teams are playing right now. All that really matters, honestly, is the winner of this game. And just like I do every week, let me talk about some things that I know about this Ravens team because they are struggling just like my Steelers are struggling. I'm just popping in here to say, if you don't hit the like button, it's kind of like these coaches that don't know how to manage a clock properly. So make sure that you hit that like button, double check, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, turn on those notification bells, and if you think about it, leave me a comment in the comment section below. The Ravens, offensively, defensively, have taken a step back. They have historically this year just not been very good. And I know a lot of people will point to the injuries and just say, yeah, but they've been injured, they've been hurt. That's great. It doesn't really matter what the reason is. It matters that the team is just not as stable as they have been in past years. I think heading into the season, a lot of people will look at this Ravens team on paper and say how talented they are. This is the year they make their Super Bowl run. And we talk about Lamar, we talk about Henry, and we talk about the defense, and we talk about the draft picks and all those different things. But it just hasn't panned out that way for the Ravens. This year just has not been a good year for them. And then you mix in that Thursday night football game against the Bengals, and now who knows what this is going to be. The other thing I find very interesting and fascinating about this Ravens team is they are negative in turnover margin. What that tells me is that the Ravens have actually given the ball over more times than they have taken the ball away. If you would have told me that was going to be a stat at the beginning of this year, I probably would have thought that you were losing your mind, but that's where we're at. Similar though, for my Steelers, like we had last week against the Bills and Josh Allen, the Ravens have Derrick Henry, and I think Derrick Henry has the ability to really be the difference maker in this game. And so for me, when I'm still looking at this Ravens team and when I'm still assessing them, do they look as good as they've looked in years past? No. Do they look as consistent, as dominant, as fluid, as all of those things? Absolutely not. But they're still the Ravens. This is still a rival. So I expect the Ravens to be ready to go this game. It's been my battle cry all season. This offense cannot be a liability. This offense has to score points. This offense has to put pressure on Baltimore. And we cannot do that if we cannot score points. So I need the Steelers offense to wake up and step into this season. I need them to show back up. I need to see some consistency. I need to see things that make sense. I need them to improve time of possession from last game. I need the Steelers offense to step up and score points. They have to score points. We can absolutely not beat this Ravens team if this Steelers offense doesn't score points. The second thing for the Steelers offense is they cannot turn the ball over. The Steelers offense cannot afford turnovers. The reason why we have lost games this year has been our turning over the football and this offense just not getting going and it not looking good. We cannot afford that against the Ravens. The other thing is, too, it's pretty obvious. We have to be able to limit Derrick Henry. I would like us force Lamar Jackson to beat us. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. It pains me to say that. But when it's my team, I'm not going against my team. But I think if we're able to limit Derrick Henry's running abilities and limit his ability to really wreck this game and we put it all on Lamar Jackson, I think that's going to look better for us because I do not trust the Baltimore Ravens offensive line. I need this defensive line to also show up. That would be fantastic. And so those are just some things that I think are going to be important for this game because when it's a rival, it's all about the margins. It's not about the big things. It's about the little things, the little nuances that happen. And so I need the Steelers to step up. I need the offense to step up. It is inexcusable for them to play like they've been playing as of late. So let's just hope this offense shows up this game. The biggest X factor to me, although I would love to say it's going to be stopping Derrick Henry, I think our biggest X factor is actually going to be our ability to run the football. Mainly because I need our offense to be balanced. I also need our offense to do a better job at keeping themselves on the field so our defense doesn't have to overplay and always be on the field. So to me, the Steelers' ability to run the football consistently and really complement this offense is going to be super important because if we're able to run the football, we'll be on the field longer, so that will be helpful for our defense. It also means that our offense is probably going to be pretty balanced. Our offense cannot be a liability. And it's very weird that I'm saying that in a Steelers-Ravens matchup, that I am going to be focused on our offense because that is unlike this game and that's unlike the flow of how this works. But as I'm looking at the Steelers team, the worst parts of us, in my opinion, is that offense. And if the worst parts of you do not at least live up to a little bit of what this defense is going to do, I don't know if we can beat the Ravens or really anybody at this point. So I need this offense to step up. I need this run game to step up because I think that's going to make the difference in if we're able to win this football game or not. One thing I know for sure is when this game ends, I do not want to make a video talking about how terrible this offense looks. I really need Aaron Rodgers and this offense and Arthur Smith to figure it out. I am sick and tired of this offense. I need them to figure it out because it is their job to figure it out. It is inexcusable the way this offense has been playing. It is up to this offense to figure out how to be better, how to move the football down the field, how not to turn the ball over, how to execute on your plays. Everybody on this offense is responsible for the production on offense. This is the tail end of the season. This is when you're supposed to have those things figured out. The Steelers offense is running out of time to get their crap together. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to harp on them until they get it figured out. And if I am in the final week of the season and I am sitting here and I am saying this offense has to figure out their crap, that is going to be what it's going to be. Because the defense is only going to be able to do so much. The defense is only going to be able to hold teams for so long before the offense has to step up and do their jobs. Full stop. If this offense does not do their jobs, it is going to be very hard for this defense to step up and for the Steelers to win this game. So for me, this is all about offense. And I cannot believe I'm saying in a Steelers versus Ravens matchup, this is all about offense. But it is. That should tell you how bad the Steelers offense has been all season. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next video.